I want to take a few minutes and just kind of review with you last weekend, all right? So last weekend, we said that it's God's nature, it's God's way to run towards the disagreement. We looked at Zacchaeus and how Zacchaeus was up in the tree. He was kind of an oddity. You know, Zacchaeus was a different kind of guy. He was a self-made man. He was a wealthy tax collector, short little dude. But when Jesus saw him, he saw that this guy was interested in Jesus. Why is that? I believe it was because Zacchaeus had tried to satisfy all of his natural cravings. He was probably a humanist, and he was probably also, in some ways, a hedonist, just try to fill his life with pleasure. And number two, thinking that he could solve all the problems of his world. Well, he must have come to the conclusion he couldn't, because he climbed a tree to see Jesus. And Jesus said, I want to get to know you. And today, if you're like that, if you feel like you've tried everything in your own strength and it's not working, if you feel like, man, I've had so much and it's not working for me, then run towards Jesus, all right? Do what Zacchaeus did. You may want to do it from a distance and just watch some videos online of what Christians are talking about and thinking about. Try to figure out the Jesus thing. But see, that's where we begin. Most of us begin at this exhaustion point, this point of, I've tried it all. I don't know what else to do. But this is the real question that you really want to think about, and I want to invite you toward. Where do you find meaning in your life? Where do you find meaning? I think Ravi Zacharias, he's the one that I've listened to the most. He's taught me these principles, What matters most in our life is our origin, where we come from. Where do we get our idea? Our identity. I can talk. It's just not easy for me. Where do we find our meaning? What gives us meaning in life? What sets our morality? What sets our standards for what's right and wrong? And how do we figure out where that comes from? And then finally, where are we going to end up? What's the end of this life? Where does that go? And see, when you answer those questions about origin and meaning and morality and the purpose of our life, where we're headed, see, that changes everything. Now, why is this important? Because if you run every time someone disagrees with you, you'll end up alone. But if someone disagrees with you and say, hey, can we talk some more about this? I got to understand where you're coming from, who you are, and what matters. This is essential in relationships. If you think you're going to be able to run or just fight every time, no. Go to the fun of fathom. The fun of fathom is when you say, okay, help me fathom what you're talking about. Help me understand what you're talking about. And begin to talk to people. Ask people those questions, all right? Where do you find meaning in life? What gives you purpose? And listen to what they're talking about, and you'll get to know them better. And along the way, who knows? You may get to share some of your story, and that's what's really fun. It's really a great thing in our life. So I want to invite you, follow the God principle. What did God do? He saw us, and we had broken the relationship. And what did he do? He left heaven. He ran towards us, and he made his way into our presence. He listened to us. God has listened to us. And so let God listen to you, share your heart with God, and let your life be changed. Today, let me give you a practical tip, okay? Find someone in your area of life, someone you work with, someone you're hanging out with, someone that has a different worldview, something else going on, and say, hey, tell me more about yourself. Where'd you come from? Tell me a little bit about your spiritual life. Do you believe in spiritual matters, things like that? You could even ask them, do you believe in ghosts? It's amazing what people will begin to share with you. They'll open up and you'll build a relationship. It's the beginning. Listening is the beginning of trust. And trust changes everything. Hey, I hope you're encouraged. I hope that something I've said will help you love God more and love your neighbor more. And that's what it's really about. And finally, remember this. I always say this, all right? Eat the fish, spit out the bones. Take what's good, hang on to it, and get rid of what's not, all right? Because I don't think I've got everything right. God bless you. Have a great day.